The Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen situation is just getting way too out of hand. There's a lot of overreaction. There's a lot of people calling Nintendo greedy. There's a lot of just bad happening around this game, and I don't quite understand it. So these games are coming out for $20 on the Nintendo Switch on Pokemon Day. Now, let's get one thing straight. I'm not too happy about the price, for example. $20 when, adjusting for inflation, the virtual console of red, blue, and yellow on the 3DS nowadays would be about, I think it's like $13.50. So I think that these releases should have been $15, but that is not the point. The point is people are calling them greedy and a cash grab. And I saw the argument that, hey, these should have been free on Nintendo Switch Online. And I disagree with that take. I don't want to pay a subscription to play a game because as more time goes on, that game is more and more expensive. I understand you're already paying for Nintendo Switch Online, but if you think of it from the standpoint of I am paying a subscription to play Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen, then it will be more and more expensive as the years go on. I want to pay you once and own it forever. Just like how games used to be. Just like how games on a disc were. You buy it once, that's it, we're done. So you know what? I would rather pay $5 extra for that convenience. Now, I'm not everyone, and I understand people were like, $20 is too much, should have been $15. I'm in your camp, y'all. I'm with you. I'm cheering you on from the sidelines. But what I don't get, and this is really frustrating because it's on the front page of Reddit today, is people are upset about it being different languages on the eShop. And even the post, here, it's on screen right now, calls them greedy, and people don't understand, and they're like, oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Which is true, by the way. Always do that. If you don't like something, do not participate with your wallet. I will always say that's the best answer. But guess what? They had to do that. You see, these games are rated E for everyone, and they're rated PEGI 3 in the European Union. These games are going to be exactly how they were when they originally released. And that includes different languages or different versions. Because, frankly, it's my belief that the technology wasn't there. Game Boy cartridges like that probably couldn't have all the languages on there. I mean, you probably had to rewrite every single text, and it just got too complicated. Plus, we're talking about technology from when they were making the game, 2003 technology, stuff like that. I mean, we've come a long way since then. Each language was an individual game, and I get it, it sucks. But if you modify the code at all, if you modify the game at all, so that it is all in one, then it is no longer a straight-up re-release, and it is a new game to be rated by the ESRB and by the PEGI. The PEGI? PEGI? I think it's just PEGI. And because of the game corner in these games, that would make it at least probably a teen in America and a PEGI 18. Any game with any gambling mechanic in Europe is a PEGI 18. That is the equivalent of rated M for mature in America. It is now on par with Grand Theft Auto 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2 or Fallout 4. Do I need to continue? Games that have violence and blood and all these things, and then moms aren't going to buy it for their kids. And there's going to be, I believe there's a warning system when you buy a mature game on eShop. Comments tell me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was there. Hand up moment, if it's not there, hey, that's my bad. I spread misinformation on accident. I'm so sorry. But I don't understand. Literally, like, if they were to just modify it and take out the game corner, people would be pissed. And I mean, riot in the street pissed level comments of, oh, they changed my game. I hate Nintendo now. Wah. And because they didn't do it, they're so greedy. They want me to pay for it 3 times. Well, the answer is no. It's, if you don't speak a certain language, I would say you buy the one that you know the best. It's unfortunate, and it sucks. But that's what you had to do. When did this game come out? 04, 05? It'll be on screen. But 20 years ago now, that's how it being a consumer was 20 years ago. And it's amazing how far consumer, restrictions have come in 20 years. And it makes me very grateful for that. And I agree, it sucks. It sucks that you probably have to buy multiple versions if you're in a country like that. And I feel for you. But at the same time, that was the only way to make this work. Because your options were, A, we take out the gambling and people are pissed off. B, we re-release it as is and apparently people are pissed off. And C, we BDSP this and people are pissed off. I think they took the path of least resistance after all the controversy after BDSP and stuff like that. So I don't blame them per se. It just sucks. It really does. And I don't understand. I do understand. It's people hate on Nintendo for every single thing they do. And I'm just happy that I get to play Leaf Green again. Brain go burr. And oh, by the way, I think that they're doing these things because they're probably going to come out with the original Gen 3 games from Game Boy. That's probably what we're going to see on Pokemon Day. I mean, I can't believe that a re-release of a game. And oh, by the way, $20. My I don't have any concrete evidence. My thinking is that it's $20 because it was supposed to be $15, and then tariffs hit. And I know what you're thinking in the comment section. This is a digital product. They don't have to pay tariffs. But they have to offset the tariffs of all the physical things that they import over here. Things like plushes and stuff like that. That's not made here. So they're just trying to recuperate that lost dollars that they shouldn't be losing. Because that's a different story. But they're just trying to recuperate any lost dollar that they can on this game. And if it's $5 per copy, that's a lot of money that they get to recuperate. If these games were $60, oh, I'm with you with the pitchforks. Man, I'm with you. Because that's just straight up greed. I think that this was supposed to be a $15 game, and then they saw an opportunity to offset the tariffs with $5 per copy, and they took it, and they assumed that, hey, that's about as much as we're going to get away with. And I agree with that. And $20 is the exact limit, personally, I'd say, for buying it. It's like, dude, we're playing 2004 Pokemon. $20, man, no more than $20. Anyways, I've got a FireRed and LeafGreen coming out. Stay tuned for that. Okay, bye. See you guys on Pokemon Day when that comes out. Bye bye.